Peace, family. Peace and abundance. Listen, we're back with another video. All right. And it's a topic that I'm very excited about. Okay. And it's the topic of diligence. Listen, y'all, I've been reading a new book. Man, the crazy thing is about this book is that I started reading this book like a couple years ago. And I felt like it was boring at the beginning. But now I realize I just wasn't at a time in my life where I could appreciate the wisdom that it was providing at the time. So the book that I recently started to reread is The Richest Man Who Ever Lived. King Solomon's Secret to Success, Wealth, and Happiness by Stephen K. Scott. Okay. Now, I won't give away too much, but I must say it's a great read. I'm not getting paid to promote this book. Steven, you got to throw me a check, man. But I want to dive into some of these principles in here because it's so interesting, because I was talking to my guys about the concept of diligence and it just being more important. It's something that we needed to focus on more, like diligence being more important than discipline. And, one of the first couple of chapters in this book is on the topic of diligence. So I thought it was very much just in alignment with where I am in my life personally. And, for those that don't know King Solomon, the stories told in the Bible, just him being, one of the wisest men, if not the wisest man. He's known as the wisest man in the Bible. Okay, but the book of Proverbs dives into a lot of his principles and his notes and the things that he lived by. And that's the main topic of this book is like King Solomon's principles. One of the things that King Solomon is known for is, God asking him what he wanted. And, he could have asked for so many things. He could have asked for wealth. He could have asked for women. He could have asked for, anything, fields, cow, flock, whatever. But he asked for wisdom. And because he asked for wisdom, God ended up giving him everything. Now, specifically today, we're going to be talking about diligence. So stick around to the end of the video till so you can get a better understanding of why the concept of diligence is so important and why it should be the number one topic, number one principle, the number one standard that you hold in your life. Because diligence is at the root of everything. Like if you could be diligent, like you're going to, we're going to get into the definition. Hold on. Slow it down. All right. So, Stephen K. Scott, he talks about how when it comes to diligence, only 1 in 1,000 people fully utilize it. Okay. But it's a skill that can be easily learned. Okay. Now, let's define it. Okay. There's a couple of different definitions out there, but I like this definition that Stephen provides in the book. All right. It says diligence is a learnable skill that combines creative persistence, a smart working effort, rightly planned and rightly performed in a timely, efficient, and effective manner to attain a result that is pure and of the highest quality of excellence. And at the highest quality of excellence. That's the key. Okay. Now, the way that because I've been dwelling on this for the past few days, like the concept of diligence. And obviously the most simplest definition is doing something at the best possible quality that you could do it, right? Doing something at the best of your ability. And shout out to my mom, right? Sarian, because ever since I was a kid, she was saying like, son, when you do something, do it to the best of your ability. And it never really hit me until like recently. It was like, oh, that's diligence. Like she's been trying to teach me diligence this whole time, right? But I didn't realize it until recently. Okay. Now, I wanted to break down diligence a little bit more. So I've been like turning this idea in my head for the past couple of weeks. And what I think is one of the key parts of being diligent, not only just the quality, right? Because quality is important. Like the way that you do something, no matter what it is, like, you know what really grinds my gears? One thing that really grinds my gears and is a lack of diligence is when people don't re-rack their weights in the gym. I hate that. Like, I really despise that. Like, if you're watching this and you don't re-rack your weights, I'm talking to you. And for the people that rack their weights, we don't like y'all. We look at y'all a certain kind of way. But diligence is always being meticulous. It's about doing everything and being on point with everything. Okay? So, one example that I recently saw and I was like, man, that's really diligent was, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I know it's going to come to me. But the guy that, started the 75 Hard challenge that owns the supplement company. Why am I blanking? Anyway, it'll come to me. But ultimately, they did a tour of his facility. Sorry, I went dark on y'all, man. Come on, camera. They did Andy Frisella. They did a tour of his facility. And, one of the things that he displayed was that, like, even when it came to the weights in the gym, like, everybody at the company put the weights back a certain kind of way, that all of the numbers were facing the same way. He didn't even have a cleaning crew at his company office in his building, but it was spotless because of the standard and the culture that has been created there. Okay, but those are just examples of diligence. Okay. Now, one of the things that I feel like is an important ingredient in diligence is speed. Doing things at the best possible quality, but doing them in a fast way. A lot of times people delay doing things, they procrastinate. And when it comes to business, when it comes to sales, when it comes to life, it's important to do things quickly and get them done quickly. Okay? And even when it's whatever it may be in your life, right? Like when you come in with the groceries, unpack them right away, throw the trash out. When you eat, wash your dishes right away. Right, and I'm guilty of it. Like I don't always do these things. Like I'm in the process of becoming a more diligent man. Right, there's always a next level of diligence that you can get to. Okay, so it's a never-ending process of continuously refining it. Okay, but I challenge you to start thinking about where you can be more diligent in your life. Like where you can do things at a better quality, where you can be more conscientious and meticulous with things in your life. Okay? Because when you're able to do that, the benefits are endless. The benefits are endless. Okay? And, I want to take a quote or two out of the chapter. Stephen says, my computer software lists the following words as synonyms of diligence: meticulousness, conscientiousness, thoroughness, and carefulness. Although all of these qualities are important aspects of diligence, they do not fully convey Solomon's meaning. To fully understand what Solomon meant by the word diligent, We need to add those qualities to Solomon's words found in Proverbs 20:11. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. The key words here are pure and right. Solomon uses the word pure not just in the sense of a moral or ethical value, but rather about work in its purest form. Yeah. And, it really just goes on to say, like, just adopting the principle and the standard of diligence turns every area of your life around into a positive direction. And that's the main lesson of this. It's like, it's a principle. It's tried and true. It stood the test of time for thousands of years. The wisest man known raves about this. You would be a fool to not consider being more diligent in your life. You would be a fool not to. And I challenge you to just ask yourself where you could be more diligent in your life. The smallest things. How you do something is how you do everything. So the smallest parts of your life, like right now I have some trash on the counter from lunch. It's not being like, it's a certain level of diligence. Like that trash should have been taken out as soon as I was done eating. Like, that's an example. Okay, so let's be more diligent, y'all. I'm on this journey with y'all. Like, we're all striving to be more diligent. And ultimately, that's going to improve our relationships. That's going to improve our health. That's going to improve our finances. That's going to improve every area of life. All right? So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to build. All right? Build, scale, travel. That's what life is about. Right? Much love, peace, love, and abundance, everybody. Stay diligent.